The greatest mistake a man can make is believing that a woman's words mean exactly what they say. In the shadow filled world of female psychology, language is rarely a tool for information. It is a tool for assessment. Most men get drained, manipulated, and discarded, not because they are weak, but because they are linguistically blind. They listen to the surface level meaning while completely missing the psychological signal being broadcasted beneath. By the time you realize you are being played, the game is already over and your emotional value has been liquidated. But today, that ends. We are decoding the four specific words that act as the silent death knell for attraction. These are the verbal anchors she uses to see if you will sink or swim in her presence. If you hear these words and react like 99% of men do, you have already lost. But if you understand the dark psychology behind them, you can flip the script and regain absolute command of the dynamic. Pay close attention to the silence between her sentences because that is where her true intentions live. This is the ultimate guide to reading the unspoken code, and by the end of this journey, you will never be confused by a woman's vocabulary ever again. Language is the primary architect of reality. In any interaction between a man and a woman, there is a constant, invisible struggle for the frame. The frame is the psychological boundary that determines who is reacting to whom. When a woman uses specific, non-committal language, she is projecting a frame to see if you will step into it. If you accept her definitions, you accept her authority over your emotions. This is what psychologists call intermittent reinforcement through linguistic ambiguity. By keeping her words vague, she keeps your mind occupied. Your brain begins to loop, trying to solve a puzzle that was designed to be unsolvable. This loop creates obsession, and obsession is the foundation of emotional dependency. The first word you must identify is busy. When this word enters the conversation, the average man immediately begins to negotiate. He offers different times, different days, or asks when her schedule will clear up. This is a catastrophic failure of frame. In the high-value male's world, busy is a neutral state of existence, but in the manipulator's hands, it is a screening tool. She isn't telling you about her calendar. She is telling you about your place in her hierarchy of importance. If she were talking to a man she truly feared losing, the word busy would not exist in her vocabulary for him. She would find a way, or she would offer a concrete alternative. When she gives you the busy tag without a solution, she is testing your desperation. She wants to see if you will stay in the waiting room of her life, hoping for a crumb of her attention. Every time you check in to see if she's still busy, you are signaling that your time is worth less than her silence. The dark reality is that she is conditioning you to accept neglect. To break this, you must realize that silence is your only effective countermove. When a woman claims to be busy without offering a fix, you must disappear into your own mission. You don't argue, you don't complain, and you certainly don't wait. You remove the reward of your presence entirely. The second word that signals a shift in power is maybe. This word is the ultimate holding pattern. It is the verbal equivalent of keeping a car in neutral while deciding which direction to drive. When you ask for a commitment, whether it's a date or a simple answer, and she responds with a maybe, she is keeping you as a placeholder. She is gauging if you have enough self-respect to demand clarity or if you are willing to let her check other options while you sit on the sidelines. A maybe is a soft rejection wrapped in the illusion of possibility. It keeps you hooked because the human brain hates unfinished business. This is the Zeigarnik effect in action. We remember and obsess over incomplete tasks more than completed ones. By giving you a maybe, she stays at the forefront of your mind while you become a background character in hers. The high-value response is to treat a maybe as a no and move on immediately. By withdrawing your interest the moment she withholds hers, you create a vacuum. Suddenly, the maybe feels like a mistake to her because she realized she can't stall a man who knows his worth. The third word is the most deceptive of all, friend. When she emphasizes that you are such a good friend or a great listener, she isn't complimenting your character. She is labeling your utility. She is effectively putting you in a box where she can receive all the emotional benefits of a relationship. Your time, your advice, your validation, without giving you any of the romantic or physical reciprocity. This is a lopsided trade where you are the only one losing capital. And she is using you to regulate her own emotions so she can be ready for the man she actually desires. Most men stay in the friend trap because they hope that by being good enough, they will eventually be promoted. But in female psychology, once a man is categorized as a safe emotional outlet, the sexual tension dies. You have become a resource, not a prize. To flip this, you must reject the label without apology. You are not there to be a surrogate therapist or a backup plan. You must create consequence. If the relationship doesn't meet your requirements, you must have the strength to walk away from the friendship entirely. Only when she feels the total loss of your support will she reevaluate your position. The fourth word is the silent killer of momentum. Soon. We should hang out soon. I'll let you know soon. Soon is a ghost word. It has no date, no time, and no weight. It is used to pacify you, to give you just enough hope to keep you from walking away, but not enough to actually move forward. It is a tool of procrastination. When a woman uses soon, she is testing your boundaries. She is seeing how long you will allow her to delay your value. A man who respects his time does not live in the world of soon. He lives in the world of now or never. If there is no concrete plan, there is no interest. When you hear soon, you must step back instantly. You must show her that your life moves forward with or without her. This creates a psychological famine. When she realizes her vague promises aren't enough to keep you attached, she will either step up with a real plan or she will fade away. Either way, you have your answer, and you have saved months of your life that would have been wasted waiting for a soon that was never intended to arrive. In the end, power in any interaction does not come from the words you speak, but from your ability to remain unshakable in the face of hers. A woman's manipulation only works if you have an emotional hook that she can pull. When you stop needing her validation, her words lose their sting. Busy becomes an opportunity for you to focus on your empire. Maybe becomes a signal for you to find a yes elsewhere. Friend becomes a prompt for you to withdraw your investment. And soon becomes the moment you decide your time is too precious to waste. You must move from a state of emotional dependency to a state of total self-command. A woman does not respect a man who negotiates for her attention. She respects the man who already knows he is the prize. Stop listening to the melody of her voice and start analyzing the structure of her game. Once you see the patterns, the game is no longer a threat. It is a map. Use that map to lead, to protect your peace, and to build the life you deserve. This is the path of the grounded man. This is the truth that sets you free. Stay sharp, stay focused, and never let a single word distract you from your mission.